there's one metal guitar method that just screams thrash metal, it's the galloping technique. Well, that's what I call it anyway. And you just heard in the intro, that was just full of gallops. We're going to go over that in this video here. By the way, if you're a Patreon member, you have the backing tracks and the tabs for this lesson, so make sure you download those. Also, guys, hang around till the end of the video. We will have our usual guitar chat. Before we get started, let me just play the riff for you out in the open. Now, I'll go over the notes, but let's just simplify this entire lesson here. And I like to break things down before we get started because it really helps you simplify things in your mind. Number one, all galloping is, guys, is just an alternate picking technique. That is it, which means back and forth, up, down, okay? Or rather, it's more like down, up, down. It's a 1, 2, 3, a quick, snappy little picking technique there, but it's just alternate picking. That's all it is. If you're new to playing metal guitar, or if you're new to this method here, I highly recommend that you watch my Galloping for Beginners video. Go check that out and then come back to this lesson. The other thing I want to break down real quick for you, and just to simplify it, we're only playing on one string. It's just that E string there. And we're going to be alternating a fretted note and the open string. And we're not really playing a whole lot of like fast riffs or anything like that. We're not really moving the fingers around that much. This is more of a right hand or picking hand technique here, but it's a really cool, and I think it's an important technique to get down to just write some killer metal rhythms. We're going to be starting out on the 13th fret, okay? That's where we start with this right here. So let me explain what I'm doing here, and I hope this simplifies it. So we are doing the galloping, okay, but we're also throwing in a downstroke in between the gallops, all right? So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, the alternate pick, but then you're gonna down pick again after that. How this works in this particular riff that I wrote just for you on YouTube here, I'm starting on that 13th fret again, okay? I'm gonna go down, back up. In the middle of the gallop is when I remove the fretted note, and we're playing open, and that's going to be the third part of that gallop, which is back down again. Then I'm going to do another down pick after that on that open string. So watch real closely, okay? Now, tempo-wise, what that is we are actually playing 2 16th notes followed by 8th, 8th. That's kind of how that works out. Let's go through that just one more time, okay? So we actually, and I don't want to confuse you, just stay with me here, guys, okay? If you don't understand the tempo part, stay with me, because I actually don't learn that way. I learn just by hearing and trying to mimic, but I know a lot of you might be wondering about the tempo, so I just want to call that out real quick, okay? The 16th are just faster played notes, that's all they are, and then we don't play that third, right, that third and fourth note quite as fast, which again, down, up, those are 16ths, then we follow through with the gallop, which is another downstroke, that's the 8th note, and then another 8th after that. So once again, and we're pulling our finger off the fret kind of in the middle of the gallop, or towards the end of the gallop there. So I hope that makes sense, and I think as we go through this, just hang in here with me, please. As we go through this, I think you'll get the hang of it, okay? Again, the tabs are for my Patreon members, and you have a backing track. You have a backing track with the actual rhythms, but you also have one with just the bass and drums without the guitar, so that gives you a lot to practice to. If you're not a Patreon member and you'd like to become one, there is a link in the description of this video. Now, I just take that technique and I kind of follow that all the way down, just like this. So I do the same thing, 13th fret, 12th fret, 10th fret, then 8th fret, and then after that I do this. Okay, chickadun, chickadun. I just hang on that open E string because I love that sound. Listen to this. Okay, I just kind of do that in between, right? I play those fretted notes there, then we just do that in between what we're about to do next, which is essentially the same thing, all right? We're just going to continue down the fretboard here, down the neck, all right? What I do after that is... So we've got 3 more fretted notes here, okay? We've got frets 7, 5, and 3. And then I go back to that open string, some more gallops there, and I end on that F power chord. Let me go through this slowly. And guys, I hope you're hanging in here with me. Please leave me any questions below. Again, if you're just getting started with gallops, then do watch my beginners, my Galloping for Beginners video. I'll have a link to that in the description of this video as well. So I highly recommend that you watch that if this is new to you, or if it's a technique that you struggle with. But I hope I went through the timing and everything okay in this video, guys. So let's go through this. I'm just going to play it out in the open and just try to play along with me, okay? I'm going to slow this down a bit. I'll play it at normal speed, then we'll slow it down. Just try your best to play along with me. One thing I want to point out real quick, and this is more of you guys and girls who are advanced, or at least over the the higher intermediate levels. When I play this back to back, we're going from one spot of the fretboard all the way to another, meaning as we go down the neck here to these lower notes, if you're going to start the riff over again, well, we're way back down here. So listen to this, and this is something that's just good to practice, okay? See how quickly, and actually I didn't do it that smoothly just now, but after you do this. So being able to go from way up here, that F power chord, all the way back down to the 13th fret there and nail that smoothly, that's just something good to practice, okay? That's something that'll just help you get, I think it'll help you get more accurate on the fretboard. One thing I want to mention before we get into our guitar chat, if you're kind of getting frustrated with this exact riff, you can always go back and watch this video over and over and over. And hey, sign up for my Patreon, get the tabs. If you don't want to be a part of my Patreon anymore after that, well, you can cancel. I mean, you're out a very minimal amount of money because my Patreon is like super cheap for everybody. I made it that way. And real quick, what I do here, I don't really talk about Patreon that much on my channel. I started it probably, I guess it's been about like a year, maybe a year and a half now. But I give you anywhere from 2 to 3 lessons per month on there. I give you my backing tracks for those lessons on YouTube and the tabs. What I'm wanting to do is commit to 3 a month. I started out doing at least 2. Sometimes I'd give you 3, but I would commit to 2. Well, I want to bump that up to like, at least like maybe the 1st, the 15th. I'm putting this out here now on May 15th, 2023, and then maybe the last day of the month, something like that. I wanted to make something that was accessible to everybody. It's like a no-brainer. Okay, if you're getting value out of my channel, which thank you if you're watching this far into it, I assume you're getting value out of it. And I know my longtime subscribers here, thank you guys. I really do appreciate you. Hey, go ahead and give this video a like. That really helps the channel, and make sure you're subscribed. But if you're not getting this down, I don't want you to get frustrated. What I really want you guys to get here, and now we're starting to merge into our guitar chat. What I really want you guys to get are just the concepts of what I share with you on this channel, right? So it's not really so much about just nailing everything that I do, and a lot of times I just put some simple stuff out here. This might be a little bit more complicated for some, and maybe not for others. That really doesn't matter so much though. If you get the concept of the gallop we're talking about here, and kind of the timing difference between those notes, right? I know we get into some details here. If you can just grasp the concept of that, and apply it to your own playing, apply it to your own style. Sometimes when you're learning other people's riffs, like mine, or if you're learning a song or someone else's song, that might not be your natural style of playing. It's not that you can't learn it, you can, okay? But you guys know I harp on this. I probably sound like a broken record here, but I really want you guys to work on developing your own style and sound. You have a unique style of guitar playing. You know what? You have a unique style of everything. You are unique, and you are a creator. You're a musician. You're a guitar player. So your job is to create. You guys saw my little motivational clip. If you didn't see that, that was the last video I put out. I'll put a link to it up there. But go check that out. But your job is to create, right? That's what you're called to do. You're not called to overthink, overanalyze. Your job is simply to create. So when you get in a rut and you just feel like you can't decide which direction to go, or you're just getting frustrated like this riff, maybe you got a little frustrated, you know what? Create. Take what you can from this riff. Take what you can in any area of life, anything that you're going through, right? Even if it's your job, whatever. Take what you can, assess what you can control, and do what you can with that, okay? And then create something really cool and beautiful and amazing from that. You can do that. You've got it in you. So again, if you got a little frustrated with this riff, for some it may be easy. For some it's like, okay, this is not working. Get the concept down, okay? The galloping. Again, I've got my Galloping for Beginners video in the description. Play around with the timing. Maybe you don't play it just like I did. Maybe you come up with something completely different, and hey, maybe that's better than what I just played for you because it's you. You created it. So I wanted to end the video with some encouragement. Guys, do check out the links in the description of this video. I know I mentioned my Patreon. I also have guitar courses out there. I know a lot of you are in my Metal Riff Master or my Metal Guitar Apprentice course. I've got all that good stuff down there, my music. So do check out the links in the description of this video. And guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I appreciate you all. Until next time, you know what to do. Keep it metal.